Title: Heat of the Moment. Logan Brooks stared at his reflection in the polished surface of the Astro 7's engine room console. At 26, he was the youngest engineer ever assigned to an interstellar research vessel, and, without a doubt, the most nervous one. Adjusting his standard-issue blue jumpsuit, he tried to project a sense of professionalism that he didn't quite feel. Engineering status report, the ship's AI announced in its metallic voice. All systems nominal. Current internal temperature, 20 degrees. Thanks, but I can read the displays myself, Logan muttered, tapping through diagnostic screens. The fusion core's output looked perfect, yet he couldn't shake the feeling he was missing something. 3 weeks into his assignment, he still felt like an imposter among the crew, especially around certain crew members. The soft whoosh of the automatic door made him straighten. 2 identical figures entered the engine room, their movements synchronized with an otherworldly grace, Zelena and Arevia, the senior Crayon twins. Despite their human-like appearance, there was something ethereal about them, their perfect features and elegant bearing reminiscent of classical paintings. Engineer Brooks, Zelena said, her voice carrying that distinctive musical quality that made his heart skip a beat. We require your assistance with the thermal regulation systems in the research lab. Logan tried to maintain his professional composure, despite how their presence always seemed to fill the room. What seems to be the problem? The temperature has increased by 0.3 degrees, Arevia stated, leaning slightly closer than necessary to show him her datapad. Her long hair brushed against his arm, sending an unexpected tingle through him. This is unacceptable for our sensitive equipment, Zelena added, moving to his other side, effectively trapping him between them. Logan blinked, trying to focus on the technical issue rather than how distractingly close she was standing. That's well within normal variance. Perhaps on your planet, Zelena cut in, but Cryo's technology requires exact temperature control. The twins exchanged a look over his head, making him wonder if they were aware of the effect they had on him. I'll take a look, he said, grabbing his toolkit. Though I should warn you, my primitive human hands might struggle with your advanced technology. A ghost of a smile played across Zelena's perfect lips. We have faith in your capabilities, Engineer Brooks. The walk to the research lab was interrupted by playful laughter echoing down the corridor. The younger twins, Naira and Sakes, rounded the corner with an energy that seemed to light up the sterile corridor. Their standard flight suits somehow looked more like evening wear on their perfect frames. Logan, Naira practically purred his name. We were just discussing human courtship customs. Is it true that... Zelena's sharp tone could have frozen hydrogen. This is hardly appropriate conversation, Sakes said, her laughter like silver bells. We're just conducting cultural research, sister, Naira said, giving Logan a wink that made his collar feel suddenly tight. The only research you should be conducting, Arevia said, though Logan noticed her eyes lingering on him longer than necessary, is on our navigation trajectories. A violent shudder ran through the ship, cutting her off mid-sentence. Logan's engineering instincts kicked in before the alarm even sounded. Without thinking, he reached out to steady Zelena as she stumbled, finding himself holding her for a moment longer than strictly necessary. Warning, the AI announced. Unusual radiation signature detected. Shield modifications recommended. They rushed to the bridge, professional duties temporarily overriding the simmering tension between them. The ship's view screen showed a strange distortion in the starfield ahead, a pattern he'd never seen before. Analysis, he called out, sliding into the engineering station, very aware of how Naira and Sakes kept finding reasons to brush past him as they moved to their stations. Unknown energy pattern, Naira reported, her voice serious for once. It's not in any of our databases. Radiation levels increasing. Shield harmonics are fluctuating, Sakes added, though she still managed to shoot him a flirtatious glance. Thermal regulators are offline, Logan announced frantically, trying to reroute power. We're losing environmental control. Impossible, Zelena said, leaning over his shoulder so close he could feel her breath on his neck. Our systems are designed with redundancies. Well, they're failing anyway, Logan snapped, trying to ignore how her proximity was affecting his concentration. Unless you've got a better solution. The ship lurched again, harder this time. Warning klaxons blared as more systems went dark. Logan noticed beads of sweat forming on the twins' faces as the temperature began to rise. Despite their human appearance, he knew their Korean physiology made them extremely sensitive to heat. Temperature now 23 degrees C and rising.